take out. They did get taken out by Acno and Blaze, but it doesn't mean that they're invincible. We're going to get into game number 1 here on Demon Island.
And we're seeing Fozey actually starting this one off with the Zariel. No cross for this one. Saw that it didn't work out too well in that last set.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. After what I was watching with the Zariel when it showed back up, I want to see it more. I think that his accuracy, especially we talk about that offstage play before, where he caught, I believe it was, I want to say it was like 2 to 3 neutral sigs just off of an edge guard. Like, you don't feel comfortable in that position ever. But right now, it's going to be Godly, who thematically has continued to be, at least at the beginning of the sets, the first person to lose his stock.
Well, I can't blame him. He was going for a big edge guard there, and you saw hysen make that rotation over, hit that ground pound onto Godly, and Fozey just wasn't able to deny that edge guard opportunity, but thankfully, trades have happened.
Yeah, Godly answering right back. This could be a big opportunity. They do miss the ground pound. simple going for a big play right there, and they try a 2v1 up, but Godly only taking really 1 there.
Fozey holding it down for the blue team. Can't get that follow-up nair, but you see Godly really hunting hard. Double nair catches hysen.
Fozey trying to catch hysen as he sneaks above him, but can't really get past the recovery, but that's a double KO strike, and that is Godly now down 2.
Dude, that's what you want with that spear side zig, is like line up and get both of them with it, and it leads to KOs. That's now Godly onto his final stock here, and red team might just want to take him out.
hysen is, I mean, this switch over the Brin has been working very well too. Here's a 2v1, free punish right there, so that's 1. Can never count out the blue team because of the danger. We said earlier that team combos they had. Godly sitting here on Val, doesn't really matter who he's playing, he's going to get it lined up.
No, and some fantastic edge guard play coming out from Godly, just getting good damage. simpLe has not fallen for that N-Sig once, but that time he doesn't have a choice, as it was a follow-up off of Godly's setup.
All right, and they've brought this right back. Not only did they bring it back, but they've taken the lead. This is where Godly is working at his best, even though he's behind. Sometimes he can be difficult to knock out. Granted, I might be just completely wrong. Sneaks away.
Uh-oh. Godly gets past it. hysen's just taking damage from simpLe. Like, he's trying to get out of the way, but simpLe is still swinging.
It is, I mean, we did see them kind of hit each other a bit more in that previous set. I figured maybe it was just nerves in the close situation, but you have to make sure you trade off. They do end up getting Godly, but they took so much damage amongst each other too that Fozey just needs to get rid of hysen.
Yeah, you can see him swinging, throwing out all these signatures, because he knows if he catches one, real possibility of closing out this one, or at least going into the 1v1 with that stock advantage. Right now, he's still the healthiest person on the screen.
Yeah, he took a bit. He wasn't trying to commit to anything either. He was trying to get simple to hit hysen. You saw the spot dodges in the way, just like make sure he avoids it. And he still hasn't committed to anything. He's trying to make sure he catches that one straight up mistake, and he's separating them immaculately at the moment.
He's doing such a good job making sure he is not taking trades. He's just putting out the damage.
Fozey is there's the save. My God, Fozey has just been so good at this, but here's where things get bad. Now simple has the ability to try and cover, but that recovery won't be enough. Wait a minute.
hysen was not able to interrupt. Fozey, 1 hit away. The neutral light will do it, and Fozey is going to clutch out the 1v2.
That was a bait and a half. Just stood there, like weapon toss in front. Okay, you think you're going to do something? No, I'm just going to go ahead and neutral you again. Fozey just continues to be the theme of, like, similar to Acno and Blaze. When you look at the history, it's like, oh, Acno, right? Acno. No, Blaze is the one that's been getting the job done. And as strong as Godly is, Fozey has been, like, the ace of the staff for that team so far.
Yeah, he's definitely been holding it down, putting out the most damage. 588 dealt from Fozey in that one.
See right there, those early KOs that happened once again for Godly, but they were able to bring it back. A big part of that, of course, was they were so hyper-focused on trying to knock Godly out, they started putting way too much damage on themselves at one point. We're going to switch it over to Miami Dome, though.
They definitely, like, saw the opportunity, right? Like, they took down Godly so quick, but they also took a lot of damage in that hunt. And unfortunately, it did not work out for him. Left side, though, simple. Went for the turnaround. You saw that ground pound, but he actually backed away afterwards as the combos are swinging onto simple.
Godly, even in disadvantage, still pushing. He's going to get him potentially. Yes, he does. hysen's going to get the save. Oh! There's Fozey to say, thank you for lining that up for me, as they never let him get back.
Yo, that was Fozey playing safety. Like, he's already in the end zone, and he's just waiting for that pass.
It's beautifully executed by them, and currently, this is a very rare instance where A, Godly wasn't the first one to lose his stock, but B, simple falling that early. It's not been easy to get the KOs on a simple.
Yo, but simple with the turnaround dare is gonna take out Godly. Right side, Fozey avoids the ground pound. Might get the turnaround, and he will, as hysen's going to fall.
All right, now here's the big thing. Last time that the red team had a really bad match was when simpLe fell 2 stocks early, and it's looking similar as we see Fozey fall, but there's only so much hysen could do to contest along with Godly for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's one thing that is a bit of a rough patch for this red team, right? Is like simpLe's a fantastic parachute, but can hysen really play that role? Because when the blue team starts barreling down onto hysen, onto simpLe, things get a little rough.
He dodges away from the recovery, smartly going over to the left, but that was until hysen got hit along with the recovery. He couldn't get in the way to stop Godly.
Oh, simpLe. He's down to that final stock. Godly's already putting out the damage onto him as well. simpLe can't follow up off the neutral light.
simpLe, they're looking for Godly right now. Godly's going to sneak his way over there. Does find a ground pound in the midst of all that. Godly
that was his teammate. Wait, try again. Nice, chased out jump. simpLe's going to get away from that. Will survive for a little while here as both Fozey and Godly are trying to swing onto him.
Fozey accidentally falling offside of the stage there, so that brings things a little bit closer here. Godly completely unarmed and somehow still just playing right, in the middle of both. He's gonna get knocked out most likely for this here. He's
whoa.
Wait.
Okay, good movement.
Okay, all right.
You saw simpLe really duck underneath the map because he's like, I don't want to give you this nair for the chase dodge. I'm just going to get away from you. Fozey almost converted that into a KO, which would have been dire for this red team.
Speaking of simpLe, by the way, as well, simpLe fell early, and now we're at an even game. He really picked it up on defense. Hasn't really been getting hit too much since. hysen and simpLe both did similar damages, and all they need is maybe just a few straight hits to completely even the damage on Godly, too.
Yeah, he really turned up the evasion the second he got down to that final stock too early, but it won't last for long as Godly hits the ground pound. All left to hysen as the team combos attempted, but Fozey wasn't in position. This time, Godly is.
Well, definitely got a lot better because of that pickup from simpLe for sure, because all hysen needs is to think about the next game, because instead of being able to find Fozey, they end up falling, pushing them. Wait, who's up in the lead?
I think it's 2-0 Fozey Godly.
Okay, all right, I had to think about that. It's 2-0 Fozey Godly, but still, at least simpLe and Fozey were able to bring it back towards the end. simpLe in particular picking up that defense, but Godly, at least for one, didn't fall super early. That definitely made a huge difference.
One thing I wish we tracked, which I don't know if we do or have the capability of, is like the damage that you deal over time. We have the damage taken over time, and we kind of saw, like, if you look at those graphs, that like he took a lot of damage really early and then it kind of slows down. But like he only put out 268 damage, something like that in the last game. And I really want to know how much of that was like that final stock clutch up moment and how much of that was like early.
I definitely think that. I think a majority of that was the last stock. I for sure. I think you're right on the money with that. So even though it was a small amount, he helped get them back into the game. We're going to turn back to Demon Island, though, currently looking down the barrel of a 2-0 lead and possibly the end of their bracket run.
Yeah, and we're seeing simpLe make the swap away from the Ogrim that he's been playing all day to something with no carryover and no survivability right now as he's making his way back to the stage.
Yeah, trying to avoid getting knocked out at the moment is a very difficult task as Godly has been so quick to get those immediate slide-off ground pounds between the last game, this game. It's just, he's so hard to avoid.
Man, he is setting up Asana, trying to get everyone to go to Yoga because he's throwing out those end sigs and he is putting out the damage. Side sig this time connects onto simpLe, and simpLe's got to avoid the ground pound.
simpLe, no, you can't have it happen twice. And hysen also has just been getting beat down as well. This is a very bad deficit that they're looking at right now.
Dude, Godly's edge guards. Okay, Fozey's the one who's like, stop it. You're too good.
They got double KO'd, but it feels like it was because of Fozey. Yeah. It's like, look. Okay, we need to slow it down. All right, we can't have you dominating this much with gauntlets. Okay, slow it down.
Like you're too much of a highlight reel right now. Down light into the recovery comes out from Fozey. simpLe holding on for dear life on this final stock. There's still 2 stocks left on both of the blue team members.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you need to play perfectly. If you can find an early edge guard, this is the stage to do it here on Demon Island. What toss down? Did they get a hold of him? No, instead get caught by Fozey just chilling at the ledge.
Whoa! And Godly ends up following down with the ground pound as well. That Fozey end sig, like, it's super good. We already all know that. Nobody's, like, surprised by that. But one thing that's really helpful for it is it's a grab sig. Nice ground pound.
That was actually really good. I mean, you are in nightmare scenario case at the moment because you're staring down a 2v1 while also Godly has access to D-Sig at ledge if he could get to the gauntlets. What? I mean, simple's simple's efforts were valiant, but it is over. As we see another W go into their lead, they are now up 3-0, not only in this, but lifetime record against them 3-0. That is now going to force hysen and simple to sit on the bottom part of the podium, but they do get that top 3 finish here in Winters.
Godly's ground pounds, his edge guards, and everything in between. His ability to pick apart this red team at the very end was just like, he turned on God mode.
Yep, that's the problem with fighting Godly throughout the set, is even at the start when it looks like things aren't doing well, it's about as the match progresses, because his ability to adapt to what you are doing is second to none. And also a very fearful thing of him that we've always touted is the fact that his movement hovering right around you in particular is so good. When you start seeing that happen in twos, when you have someone like Fozey backing you up, there's no shot you're going to hit him. So that definitely made a big difference as the match progressed.
I mean, when you look at the graph,